Yo, what's up, Raymond? Am I coming in clear? Warming up for the season. We're almost there. Good, good, good. I'm getting tomorrow. Hopefully, I'm going to bring in a few graphics to the show today. I want to keep it a little subtle. However, oh man, I was going to put my PSN up there, but I'm going to go. I was trying to go live yesterday, but on Monday night I took wifey to I drove wifey to LAX at midnight, and I got back here, like I don't know what time I got back here, but I got back here late, and I set the Google alarm, beside the bed, and I just slept through it. I think it's turned down a little lower than it's normally turned down, because I asked Google what time it was, and it was kind of lower than normal. But I slept through that alarm yesterday morning, and I woke up like at 5:45 or something like that. And I was, today it's 5:30. I woke up about right now yesterday, and I was like, oh no, I can't do it. So, and I was trying throughout the day to get it done. And this is one thing: if I don't get this video, if I don't get live at 5, this is how bad my schedule is. If I don't get live at like 5:30, by 5:30, 5:45 every morning, if I'm not live by then, it's hard to find any window throughout the day to be able to sit down and relax and talk, because my day is crazy, man. I'm a single parent right now. I'm a single parent. Let me not say stuff like that. But my wife is in Atlanta, and I'm here, and I'm doing all the kid. Now, I've got a 10-year-old and I have an 8-year-old, so I take them to school, and I take them to activities. I help all the things. So luckily, my mother is here, and she's a huge help. But yeah, my schedule gets crazy. All right, who else is here? JJ is here. What's up? Can I be a mod? I've been waiting for years. Yes. You know what? I'm gonna write it. Oh, I'll do it. Just take a picture of it really fast, JJ, because we're gonna get some mods going this year for real. Good morning, Vic. Hey, what's up, my Cowboys family? You up nice and early, but you know what? You're a family man. You got to get up early in the morning to get stuff done. What's up, man? Oh, you just playing while I watch, man. I'm gonna get into Madden in a minute, but you guys, I'm in one league. It's called the Man's League, and it's a Madden league and a college football league as well. And the college football season just ended, and I think I said in my last video, in my last live stream, that I didn't know if I was going to make the playoffs, and I got in, I think, as the number 10 team, or something like that. But I got into the playoffs. But the whole process of what teams were going to make it to the playoffs, we have no idea what's headed for us. The arguments are going to be crazy, because if you lose early, if you lose late, these conference championships games, how much do they count? What about the margin of victory? The college football is going to be the craziest thing you've ever seen in your life this year. Just get ready for it. Get ready for it. And you saw week one. We thought the game was like, this game crazy. This game, they make you do crazy catches and crazy spins and all this kind of stuff. That ain't real. 1 week of college football. They were making crazy catches. They doing stupid spin. They doing all kind of stuff. I know you saw that one interception. I can't remember who it was, but caught that thing with one hand. Who else is here? I love mornings. Yes, I'm still kind of living through that Olympic things, my Cowboy fan. Thanks for talking about. Thanks for letting me think about that again. What's up, Ready Red? What's up, Adam? No problem, man. And everybody else, anybody that's in here, go to my Twitter, because Adam's cat needs surgery to be able to walk again, and Adam's been with me since literally since we were on Ustream. Who in here remembers Ustream? If anybody here remembers Ustream, I'll give you a cookie. Because Ustream was the first, and before YouTube could even stream, you had to stream on Ustream and put it on YouTube. But yeah, no problem, Adam. Oh, she's had the surgery. She's got a long way to go, good recovery. Okay, cool. I might go get my puppy in a little bit, guys, so you can see my new little heart. I got a wifey. This is what happened. And we'll get into NFL in a minute. It's not even 6 a.m. yet. But wifey said, well, in her show in Shameless, Debbie, the little redheaded girl, Debbie, they're super close. Her and my wife are super close or whatever. And now she owns a dog rescue. And that's where we get our dogs from, and especially our little bad one, Nick's, our little half Chihuahua, half Terrier. He came from a kill shelter, and he walked in this house like he owns the place. Like, what you gonna do to me? I'm the man. I didn't see it all. So that's how he walked in this house. So he was just like, he's enough. And I didn't want another dog, because that little dog, I wanted a big dog, and that little dog was more of a big dog than I could ever even imagine. He runs the yard, he runs the house, he runs everything. Okay. She was going up there, and she said, I think we're going to get I want another dog, Darren. Can we have another dog? And I was like, no. I was like, no other dogs. No. And they went up there to the little shelter event or whatever, and they sent a picture of me, of my daughter with a little dog, and it was like that. I was like, oh man, okay. She's half pit bull and half husky, so it's called a Pitsky. So she's a Pitsky dog. And she is girthy. She's got big old paws. And when wifey brought her home, I looked at the paws. I was like, because she wants little dogs. She's afraid of big dogs. She wants always little dogs. I looked at the paws. I was like, this is gonna be a big dog. And she's getting heavier and heavier. So I'm carrying her around as much as I can right now, because in like 5 minutes I ain't gonna be able to carry her around. All right, let me get back to the thing. Good morning. I'm talking my behind off, and a whole bunch of people here, and I'm not saying hey to you guys. What's up, Cowboys Corner? What's up, C4? I think NCAA is better than JJ. I'm on Team NCAA right now. It still has my attention. This is a good test, because Madden came out. And NCAA has been out, and Madden was the new thing on the block or whatever. And naturally, my attention just floated back to NCAA, because we had the recruiting and all that kind of stuff. Which I got to show you that before I take these kids to school. I got to show you what I got. I got to show you what I did at Oregon Ducks, man. But I agree. The NCAA is kind of controlling me a little bit more than Madden is. Football is definitely back. Who's got it? What's up, MVP? Street. College football. What's up right now? College football is, and then luckily for this game, because Madden, just because I'm such a Madden freakazoid, I know everything about the NFL through Madden. I can look at any player, like we're going against Denzel Ward. I know exactly what Denzel Ward can do because of his attributes on Madden. I know them all because of me knowing those numbers. So this year is like the first year I really know college football in a long time. I know the players. I know who plays for who. I know what they can do. I know what type player they are. Yada, yada, yada. And it's all because of this game, me having to learn, going against teams and me learning the Oregon roster and stuff like that. So, yeah, man. It's so much. So I was into almost every game. I mean, I'm watching Boise. I'm watching, you know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to see Chitty. I know the teams that I got to see because I want to see these players play. So that game did especially for me, that game did a lot for college football. Good morning, Kathy. Kathy's here from Sports Connection. Sports Connection is the one way to enjoy your Cowboys experience. To go there, have you in a hotel and take you from the hotel into a party bus, and you get in that party bus and you drive to the stadium and you go to a game. You have fantastic seats. And Kathy, this is a great commercial. You have fantastic seats. Sports Connection. Hey, Kathy, how you doing? Kathy is Kathy, like Adam. Kathy has been with me since those early MySpace, early days of the internet, and the early YouTube days, of course, for sure. How many times you gonna say go back to Adam? What do I think the Cowboys are going to do this year? Let me just go right into it because Kathy's asking about Cleveland. First of all, because I want to say this first before I start talking about Cleveland. I am not in a mentality where I'm not in a doom and gloom situation of, oh, this is going to be a horrible season or whatever. The only way I see it becoming a horrible season if we lose Dak or if we lose CD. You know what I'm saying? If we lose one of those, it's going to be a huge blow on our offense. But if Dak stays healthy and CD is healthy and playing hard or whatever, I still think we're good enough to win the NFC East. And it's not because I believe in us so much. It's because I don't believe in those other guys. Of course, I don't believe in the Giants. Of course, I don't believe in the Commanders. And I do not believe in the Eagles. I do not believe in a Kellen Moore / Jalen Hurts offense, because that Jalen Hurts and Kellen Moore, you say the two names together, it's like an oxymoron. It's like they don't go together. It's like this guy does this and this guy does that. They don't mix. So I'm just waiting to see what's going to transpire. And the coach can't fix it because he tried to fix it last year and made everything worse. So just hold off on people's Eagles love just because they signed some players. So I can't get too mad at us because, just signing players doesn't mean everything, but we just it didn't seem like we had any initiative to get better than we were last year. It seems like we're just going to retool and throw something else out there this year and hope it happens. So that's really my problem with this year. I still think we're going to win the NFC East, but I'm really down on the long-term success for our football team just because of the effort put in by the front office, the lack of effort put in by the front office to make us a better team on paper. And there's that. Now, week 1, ugh. Thank goodness that there's not going to be a Nick Chubb. Thank goodness there's not going to be a Nick Chubb. Because if there was a Nick Chubb, I would really not like our chances in this game. Number one, we're always a slow starter. We'll always come out late because of we don't play our players in preseason. That's just a Cowboys thing. So when we don't play our players in the preseason, that first basically half of the first game of the season is them just getting into game shape and warming up and all that kind of stuff, the game speed and all that kind of stuff, because Dak hasn't had that experience. CD hasn't had that experience. Ferguson, all the big major players haven't had that time yet, and they'll get that in that first half. So we have to make sure we stay in there with Cleveland that first half of the football game. My issues with that football game, I think, are with our offensive line. I really hope it's as good, these rookies are as good as we're gassing them up in training camp, because it's going to be real in a few hours. It's going to get real. All the Tyler Guyton hype that we got, and trust me, I'm hoping. I keep pulling myself back, because I'm hoping Guyton and BB, especially BB. I'm a real BB fan. I'm hoping they're like these great super people, that rookies that actually don't struggle their first year and come out and do some great things and all that kind of stuff. But there's a thing called reality, and the reality is, especially Guyton, both of them. BB's got a big assignment himself in the middle of the defense, but Myles Garrett is just the toughest assignment that Tyler Guyton could have in the NFL, and he's going to get it his first game. And if you look at those two specimens beside each other, if you just picture Tyler Guyton and his physique, and picture Myles Garrett and his physique, and somebody's going to tell you they're going to get in a fight, and you're going to put money on one person. Who would you put your money on? It's just nothing against him. He's young. Tyler's young. Oh, dude. Tyler's young. Let me put this back. Tyler's young, and he's getting into shape. He's becoming a man. Myles is a man. Myles came in almost a man, and now Myles is a man. So the Myles Garrett assignment is going to be really, really tough, and that's going to impact our offense tremendously. We're going to have to get something from Zeke. We're going to have to get something from Cook to make sure we can do play action and things of that sort. Because not only do they have that on the defensive line, they also have two corners that can really lock down. I mean, Denzel Ward, CD does great against man coverage, and Denzel Ward is a man cover. So I'll give that to CD, because he gets to do what he wants to do. You know what I'm saying? He gets to run the route the way he wants to run. But Denzel Ward is an elite corner in the NFL. So them two going together, it's not going to be a wash. I'm going to give that to CD, but it's not going to be an easy day for CD by any stretch of the imagination. And then on the other side, you got Newsome versus Cook, and don't get me started on Cook. I mean, that's an easy win for Newsome. So, I mean, their corners, their defense is going to give us some serious problems. So that's why I'm saying I'm glad we don't have to deal with Nick Chubb. The only bad part of that is Cleveland's a good running football team. So if they don't have Chubb, they're still going to run the ball aggressively down our throats. They're going to at least try to. So it's going to be a good test to see if we can stop Cleveland's backups. If we can stop Cleveland's backups and get some points on them or whatever, then we got a good chance. I'm not worried about much else with Cleveland other than that powerful run game and that defense. So week one might be tough. We'll get better. But if we pull out this game in week one, it's going to be absolutely huge, and it's going to send a lot of us into a very excited place. All right, that's me. All right, let me see who else in it. What's up, Brent? Brent is here. Vic Greer, Rudy Biggs, what's up? Good morning. Adrian's ready for the rants. Yeah, look. Hey, like I said right there, if they beat Cleveland, that natural gassing internally will happen with all of us, and we win a few more, we'll get more excited, and then we'll lose, and then you'll get a rant. So the rant's gonna come. I don't feel like ranting right now, but if we get that natural energy going, then the rants are coming. I know, Adam. Adam says I think Flournoy may be something decent. I know. I just want to see these guys with Mr. Prescott, and you know what I'm saying. I want to see him with Dak because Dak makes Dak and Romo both they make quarterbacks better. I mean, wide receivers better. Pappy Tello says Tyler Guyton all day. I hope you're right, man. It's just that's just so hard for me, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You got the number one elite defensive end. Parsons not that. Parsons is a specifically a pass rushing specialist or whatever, linebacker, X factor dude or whatever. But the beast, the number one, the dude that took the torch from Aaron Donald to be the beast of the NFL, the man of all men of the NFL. It's hard for me, man. A rookie, it's hard for me. But I'm hoping for the best. Vic Greer asks, Shango, do I think Cook will make a difference in the backfield? I think our backfield would be average. I wanted to say slightly below, above average, but no, it's not. It might be slightly below average. But and if you want to have a visual, just look at Cook in the Jets and all his carries with the Jets, and look at all his carries out after he left the Vikings, and look at Ezekiel Elliott, all his carries after he left the Cowboys, and you probably can add Ezekiel Elliott's last year with Dallas. So if you look at the highlights for all of that, you will see nothing that makes you excited, like, okay, we can do something. You will see nothing. If you remember the last year in Dallas, Zeke was basically a goal line back, and he was getting those touchdowns from close to the end zone. So the backfield thing is going to be tough. Bear says he would run the ball on Garrett's side. Just don't want to, exactly. Yeah, you don't want, and this is the, I'm glad you said that. You don't want to put your rookie in a situation where he's in pass protection over and over and over and over. You don't want to put your rookie in. This is part of the rookie winning versus somebody that is older. You don't want to put your rookie in a situation where the defense actually knows what we're doing, and our offense is based upon passing the football, and every play we're basically is a must-pass situation. We don't have situations where, oh my God, they're going to run the ball here and the defense is worried. They're only worried about one thing, Dak dropping back in the pocket. They're not worried about Dak extending a play and running to the side and making something happen. They're not worried about that. That's not going to happen. They're worried about Dak going in the pocket, finding the open receiver within 3 seconds, hitting that dude, and moving forward. That's what the Cowboys do. That's the only thing the Cowboys can do. That's the only thing we can do. And we're putting that rookie in a situation where the best pass rusher in the league is just going to come at him every game and every play unless we establish a run game. But that was a perfect comment. You do not want to put that dude in a situation where he's pass protecting every play, and even worse than that, you don't want to put him in a situation where the defense knows the offense is going to pass, because then they're coming, and they're coming hard. Good one. Establish the run. Exactly, Bear. I'm going to put that one up too, Bear. Establish the run. What am I doing on Madden this morning? Oh man, you always have maintenance to do, and I think I've finished all my maintenance, and we're getting ready to advance to the next week. But I think you have scouting to do every week. You have to do your drills, get your XP. You have to do a lot every week. It's more intensive than college. The difference between Madden and college. College, we have full leagues in both sides, right? In college, it's spread out so much that you'll only play a handful of user games. And then the weeks that you don't play, all you have to do is recruit. Sometimes recruiting gets intensive like it is at the beginning of the year, but mostly during the season, it's not much. You can do your recruiting in a few minutes. You go through that, bam, 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 and you're done. But with Madden, every week you have to set up a game with another human being. So that's intensive. And then you have to get ready for that team. So you go to practice mode and they have the defense for the other team so you can practice against that defense. Then, of course, you have the training modules where you have to go through the training so you can get your extra XP. You got to get your scouting done. It's a whole thing. I'll go over it with you. So I'll do it every morning. Sadiq Charles, what's up, man? Shango, can I get the name of your wife's TV series, please? It's called Found. It's called Found on NBC Peacock, but Found. That's the name of the show. And we get that. Last season was the first season. It went over very well. And this season they have 22 episodes. I think she's on episode 15 right now. So they got a few more episodes to shoot before they're done. And then I think they start in December. So during the season and during this show is when, we'll launch Found in the new season of Found. Thank you for asking. Oh, you love the Bears. He was just here the other day. Jeremy's they're with Shinola. Jeremy's with Shinola all the time. All of them are. They were like at one of these family fun places with the children this weekend or whatever. I think it was Shinola, Steve, Jeremy. I already said. But all of them. It was just most of the Shameless cast, and they were just hanging out. And they couldn't do anything because when they're individual, people will come to them and get autographs every once in a while or whatever. You can have a life. But when the whole cast is together, people freak out. And they have to take a picture with the whole cast. And don't get me wrong, Jeremy is like the biggest star of the world right now. So he can't really go anywhere without being mobbed. I heard that too. Papitello said that Rico might be the number one running back. And that makes sense to me. But if Rico is number one, it kind of tells me where we are. Because Rico wasn't good enough to beat out Pollard or Zeke or anybody, blah, 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 the last few years. We know what Rico is. I'm a Rico fan. We know what Rico is. But Rico, in my mind, Rico is better than Zeke at this point of his career. And I don't know what Cook is, because I hadn't really watched Cook like I've watched Zeke. But Rico is young, got those young legs. You know what I'm saying? Rico's good. Exactly, Michael Barris. He said he runs with the most passion. That's why they say running back is like a younger man's thing, because you need that youthful burst or whatever. Now, older running backs still can exist, but the older running backs can do what Zeke does now and just run you over. Still have that like old man energy. Not that spry. Woo! It's a young whippersnapper. I still don't know either, Adam. I don't know how we didn't draft a running back just to put him in that. There were so many of it. Just throw one in there. Like, of course, like Jalen Wright. I wanted what's Garindo, Isaac Garindo. there was so many that you could just grab one and throw them in the mix, and that person would probably have been starter. If we got, look, Adam, if we got pretty much any running back in the first like 4 rounds of this draft, or maybe even 5 rounds, that dude would probably have a great chance to be the starter of the Dallas Cowboys. If we just drafted one. A little off topic. Wait a minute, Brent said. You said you talked about my boy Dabo, and I got a little bit upset when you said my boy Dabo, but I'm gonna come down. Dabo is not my boy. Dabo is not my boy. All right, a little off topic, but Jerry Jones and your boy Dabo Swinney are one and the same. I can agree with that. Stubbornness and unwilling to change are killing programs and franchises. Yes. And they're sticking with their own philosophy, and they're sold on it like it's working. That's my problem. It's a certain like a delusion with Dabo and Jerry that they push back on us. Like what they're doing is actually is a successful thing. You know, Jerry should be with the record Jerry has. He would be fired by his GM record. He would be fired by any owner in the history of owning. He would be fired for not getting anything done. So the fact that he's arrogant in what he's doing is absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. He has no standing ground to look down upon us and tell us what we need to know, because you haven't given us a thing. And Dabo Swinney up there with this portal thing, you should know as a human being, all you young people out there, listen to me. As a human being, you got to go where human beings go. You can't go out on your island and become successful. If you want to be successful and everybody else is doing this over there, you got to do this over there. It's just plain and simple. You're not gonna go out and do your own thing and show people and everybody's doing something else, because they're gonna get all the talent, they're gonna get all the goodies, they're gonna get all the stuff, because they're building a system, a money system, the NIL stuff, and it's flourishing. And for you to stand over here by yourself, it's crazy. So burn, baby, burn. That's all I care. Both of them, burn, baby, burn. Because neither one will learn their lesson until they burn the whole thing to the ground. So, and the Cowboys, us staying in middle land is the best thing for Jerry Jones, because he can still gas you up on all we need to do is A, B, and C now, or whatever he can do. He's in control of his media, so he can gas you up at any time on a average season. If we suck, he can't gas you up. So we're not going to suck. So you can bet your bottom dollar that Dak is going to get a contract, because he doesn't want to suck. But for him to tell his quarterback that you got to play with less, I don't understand how you equate that to winning. I see you can use that to say somebody, you're taking all the money so you get a personal thing. I can see that as a personal thing, but I don't see how, if your goal is to win, I don't see how putting the pressure on one person that can't do more than what he can do. He can't run the ball. He can't extend plays. He's got to do what he's got to do. And he's a quarterback that actually needs weapons because the way he plays the game. If he was Lamar Jackson, it would be different, because if nobody's open, he just takes off running, gets the first down, and keep things going. He's not going to do that. He needs to get the ball out of his hand, and he gets the ball out of his hand quickly. So for you to say you can't have talent around you is more of a mind-blowing situation with me, especially when you got organizations like the Chicago Bears just lining talent up around the quarterback, because that's what you got to do in the NFL. So yeah, Jerry I run on a little tangent there, but yep, Jerry and Dabo, pretty much the same. Pretty much the same. Thank you, Rick. And Sadiq Charles says she is a woman for everyone to know, me included. What's up, King James? Man, it was great meeting you. I still can't with you. Way nicer than I thought. I'm still gonna always say Jordan's a GOAT. I'm not getting in that conversation. I'm not doing it with you, okay? But you're a really nice guy. Stop this camera. There we go. This will be the year where McCarthy did enough to keep his job, but McCarthy won't be bad enough to fire. Again, that's every year. I'm gonna put that comment up. That's every year. This will be the year where McCarthy did enough to keep his job, but McCarthy won't be bad enough to fire. 12-5. We might win a playoff game. I agree 100%. We will get to the playoffs, and we might win a playoff game. But we're not going to go deep because we don't have the horses to go the deep. It is an 11-man game. I mean, with 22-man game. We're 11 on each side. When you have to have people working together. And if you don't have, like every serious team has a monster on each side. You don't just have one receiver that you throw the ball to all the time and this little sidekick. That's not what you have in Philadelphia. That's not what you have in San Francisco. That's not what you have in Detroit. That's not what you have in Los Angeles and with the Rams. It's not what you have with a lot of other teams. And shoot, not even the Bucks. You don't have one like that gets all the targets and then another dude that's like a journeyman that's like on his 15th season. Yeah, they didn't want a running back. What do you say, Michael? They didn't want a running back. They want to tell Dak that you can't do it alone and take less money. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. It's all the focus is on contract, and I don't know why the focus is on contract when the market is what's dictating the money. This is not a Dak versus, oh, we're negotiating with. It's not really that. They're bound to what the market is doing. So what these other quarterbacks are getting, Dak has to fall where he falls within those other quarterbacks. And the timing and everything. And the main thing, if we don't, I think he needs to be signed like tomorrow or the next day before the season starts. I think he needs to be signed because there is no backup plan for Dak Prescott. The only backup plan we have, and you just signed a wide receiver to $1 gazillion, right? You just signed CD. So why would you sign CD and let Dak walk and have nothing, here to feed CD in the NFL? Have to go and find a quarterback to feed CD. So it's obvious to everyone who's looking, it's obvious what's going to happen. So the waiting now is the thing that's got me so upset that we've waited to this point. The more we wait, the higher the bill becomes. Why are we doing that? I do not know. I do not know. Are we making more money from the news and the being at the top of the news when Dak Prescott isn't signed and this and that and all the media? Are we getting paid off of that more so we can do that or whatnot? But what is the thing? What is going on here? You know what I'm saying? If we were going to rebuild, then we should have rebuilt. But we're not even rebuilding. It's like we're half rebuilding and then we're using that. I don't know what we're doing. I don't know what we're doing. But to me, Dak Prescott needs to be signed pronto at the market price today. It's like lobster. You don't see the price when you go to the restaurant and you open up the menu and you see the lobster. It says market price down there. You don't got a price. It doesn't have a price there. It goes with the market. If the market is here, that's what you pay for that lobster. If the market is here, that's what you pay for that lobster. So we're paying Dak Prescott, we're paying for that lobster. Wherever the market says the money's gonna go, that's where the money has to go. You can cry all you want to. It's not worth it. It's not about that. That's not the whole. None of this is about how good somebody is. It's about the market. Several crappy quarterbacks have got paid like crazy because of the market. Has nothing to do with how you play. It's your team situation, the team if they need you, all that other stuff plays in. Other than if you're good enough, you win playoff games, then we can pay you. Sorry, little tangent. Good morning, vibrating higher. What time is it? Is it time for me to take up my trip? No, I got 10 more minutes. Shango, what do you think about our defense? Big Greer asks, what do I think about our defense? It's gonna be better. I'm excited to see Overshow. I like the picks, the big nasties in the middle, just to stuff the run game or to send them to the outside. I think they're going to be okay. We're gonna hurt on the back end with Bland, but I think they're going to be okay. I think middle of the road defense. Not a horrible defense, but I foresee us being slightly better against the run with those signings that we had in the last few weeks. I hope for it at least. What's up, Danny? Good morning. Good morning, Nate. Jerry's just an egomaniac, exactly. Adam says, let's get Adam's take on this. Adam said, I really think Jerry isn't going to pay Dak. He's given him the one last chance, and we're going to win or have them gotten better. We haven't gotten better. But yeah, I mean, please Dak leave. That's all I got to say. Please Dak go. But I just don't know what the plan is. If that is true, then who willingly puts themselves in the quarterback hell in the NFL? Who willingly puts himself in the quarterback hell? Cooper Rush is not even a bridge quarterback, to be honest. He'll be a good backup to win maybe a game or two, but once they start keying on Cooper Rush and figuring Cooper Rush out, Cooper Rush is locked down. You saw it happen. He was able to get some things, and then once they got some tape on Cooper Rush, they locked Cooper Rush down. That was the reason why we wouldn't try to get Trey Lance, because we want to upgrade our backup quarterback. So, I mean, I want Dak out of Dallas. But I don't see no way. I don't see no way it could happen. I know. Exactly, King Charles. Exactly. King Charles says, I don't want to. That's a great analogy. Let me bring it up. There we go. I don't want to pay $3.50 per minute, but having cereal with water just doesn't hit the same. Exactly. Brent, me and Brent, this is me right there. I'm a big fan of Dak Prescott. I hope he goes to a better franchise. He deserves it, his fair share of criticism, of course. But the media, people eat off his name, basically. People eat in Dallas. People eat off his name. So that's kind. I want him to go somewhere where he can just play football and not having to worry about, people using him to start every show to get their clicks, using him for memes to get their views online and all that kind of stuff. If he goes to a obscure team, That's just not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? When you're on the Cowboys, that's what happens to the Cowboys quarterback. And it's a part of the money making machine it is. It's because they're so popular, whatever. You must, if the quarterback or the running back, or if anybody does anything wrong, that's a good joke that you can throw out there and get a whole lot of views. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm a result of it. You know what I'm saying? Just saying stuff about the Cowboys, my videos will go viral. You know what I'm saying? If I get angry or whatever about the Cowboys, do you think my videos would have went viral if I was talking about Cleveland? Only one did when I told Dez Bryant he was going to end up in Cleveland. That did. But you get my drift. I mean, the things that around Dallas, it gets blown up far more than anything else. So I want him to go somewhere else. So Stephen A, is not talking about him on his show every day just so he can rile up Cowboy fans so he can get his numbers up. They have no plan. Exactly, Bear. The Cowboys have no plan. Rick Charlton, what do you say, Rick? Rick says, man, on one of these sites, I stated Trey as an athlete. Didn't even say quarterback. Good grief. If you would have thought I kicked them all in the shin, you can't say anything right about it. You can't. But he is. He's an athlete. Score prediction for Sunday's game. I don't think they'll score. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I don't think we're going to score that much on them. And it's and that's twofold. It's one, their front line is great and their back end is great on their defense, on Cleveland's defense. So it's going to be hard to run the ball, and it's going to be hard to pass the ball consistently on them. CD's going to get his, of course, but Brandon Cooks winning man to man, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. But I just don't think we're going to be able to score that much on them. But on the flip side, with them not having Chubb would open up their offense. Now, if they do establish a run game on us, then we'll probably lose, and they'll probably put points on the board. So it's very important for us to be able to stop their second string running game. If we can't, you might get a rant from me week 1. Who knows? Ain't that rant worthy? If Cleveland, no, seriously though. If Cleveland and they without Chubb comes out in the first game of the year after what happened to us in the playoffs, comes in the first game of the year and runs all over us, I think that's worth a rant. I know Barry. He does it on purpose. He does. How do you? Michael Barry says Dan Orlovsky leaves off Dak off every list he makes on purpose or whatever. And what kind of sense does that make? The one guy that was clearly better than any quarterback in the league last year, you're going to leave him off of the list because he didn't perform well in the playoffs, along with his team. Not by himself, along with his team. There you got Lamar Jackson, who in the playoffs, his team basically handed the game to Lamar Jackson. They beat the crap out of Patrick Mahomes that game. They handed the game to Lamar Jackson. And if you could do absolutely anything in this game, we'll win. And Lamar Jackson couldn't do anything in that game. Nothing. That doesn't get views. If me saying that about Lamar Jackson, they're not gonna come to my channel laughing, all that kind of stuff. But if I say Dak Prescott, he sucks, man. He loses it every time in the playoffs, man. Every time. Dak Prescott. Views. Just how it works, guys. And Mike Zimmer, you trust? There won't be no rant. Mike Zimmer, you trust. Good. All right. You know, I'm a Zim fan too. But, you know, we're Dallas. We're the Cowboys. All right. That's the end of Cowboy talk. Let me show you quickly what happened in my I go get my daughter. Dak has to feed so many families. Exactly, Bear. Bear says Dak has to feed so many families. All right, guys. All right. This was the off season. I'm gonna do this as fast as possible because I got 10 minutes before I gotta go get my daughter. Where is it? I took a video of all my players before. And where at? Like, that's my quarterback, Dante Moore. Well, was my quarterback. I think I got another one. And then after the training, he goes up to 82 overall. So he didn't go up that mad. That's my new freshman. That's my new freshman, Mr. Randall Cunningham. All right, now next, running back. You see Jordan James? He went all the way up to 97 from like I think it was an 80 something. Hold on, let me see what he was. You got to see some of these players. There we go. He was there we go. He was at 88, so he went from 88 overall to 96 overall. Ain't that crazy? And who else? Watch my this wide receiver, Ryan Pelham, who in all the Sims, he did the same thing. He went up. Where is he? He's coming. Goudet, Meredith, Pelham. All right. So he went from a 68 to a 75 overall, but check out his attributes. Right there, he had a 91 speed, 92 acceleration, 91 agility, and 91 change of direction. And when he got juiced, he became 95 speed, 92 acceleration, that stayed the same, but then he went all the way to 99 in agility and 99 on change of direction. What the what? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Let me go back to the roster. Then we have my left tackle. He jumped like 6 points. He was a 91, and now he's a 98. Check out my defensive tackles. They're amazing. But check out this middle linebacker. First, this guy went up. I got to show you this guy. Sorry, my linebackers. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. What I did? There we go. I'm sorry. This is the most exciting thing that happened to me this weekend. Yeah, we got defense tackle. All right. Well, let's see if I can get him. All right, there he is. So he went from a 74 overall to an 80 overall. And look at his PRC was 78. And now his PRC is all the way. You look at it right there, 97. Then at middle linebacker, what the heck is this? This guy, I put him at middle linebacker last year because he was crazy with 94 speed. So he went all the way from 94 speed to 99 speed. So I am going to be able to play with a 99 speed, 97 acceleration middle linebacker, and he has one more year of improvement to go. He's going to get better than that. And let me show you his skill caps. He has none. He can get as good as he wants to in the next upgrade. So this guy blew up, Pratt, and he's the same thing. Look at his skill. All my linebackers, their skill. Look there. He's gonna look at the quickness. He can get as fast as he want to get. He can go. He can cover. He can do everything. And he's still a freshman. That guy is. So that was awesome. Now we got my corners. This is the ridiculousness of my corners. These are my starting three corners. And if you notice, all three have 99 acceleration. So and I played with them. Against them in practice, and they're like darts to the ball. I mean, they close on the ball and close on the tackler so fast, it's ridiculous. So everybody else, I'm sorry, but I'm selling out on acceleration. And this one right here, 99 speed, 99 acceleration, just do not throw to his side. And that's good because he's also, look at the catch on these two. He's also got 88 catch. Now that's ridiculous. That's utterly ridiculous. But and then the last one, I got one more. This guy didn't grow at all. And that kind of made me mad a little bit. I think he went up like 1 point. But he has 97 speed as my free safety. And my strong safety, he jumped tremendously. Mr. Aaron Flowers, he was like a 89 speed. He went from 89 speed to 94 with a 95 acceleration. And he is another, there's no cap. He can go as fast, he can get as good as he wants to get. Look at that. He can get as good as he wants. It's ridiculous. So I love my Oregon Ducks. I don't know how good I'm going to be this year. Let me bring you back. I don't know how good I'm going to be this year, but I'm going to be fun to watch. It's going to be fun to play with all these fast guys. It really is. What's up, Jay Reed? You going to buy NCAA when the game gets discounted? You'll enjoy it, Brent. You'll enjoy it. I'm not, usually I get mad at Madden and me spending money. But this one I have got my money's worth. It is eaten into my lifestyle. So yeah. All right, guys, let me roll. I hear kids floating around.